You ever meet someone who just radiates negative energy? Like, no matter how kind you try to be, they're determined to treat you like you're beneath them. Yeah, that's exactly how this story starts. It's about a man who thought he could shame his new neighbor for being himself, until karma arrived wearing a wedding ring and a sharper tongue than he could ever handle. If you've ever been underestimated, judged, or made to feel small just for being who you are, this one's for you. If you love hearing stories where karma takes the wheel, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now, because this revenge, it's sweet, simple, and absolutely poetic. Let's dive in. So, a few months ago, I moved into this new subdivision. You know, the kind, quiet, friendly neighbors, freshly cut lawns, kids riding their bikes after school, and that warm feeling that maybe, just maybe, you picked the right place to call home. For the most part, everyone on my block was genuinely kind, the kind of people who wave when you drive by or stop to chat about the weather. It felt normal, comforting. Then, one day, the house next door got new tenants. A couple, probably in their mid-30s. I hardly saw the wife, but the husband. Oh, I saw him plenty. Usually when I was out mowing the lawn, washing my car, or working out in my garage. My little personal gym setup. And from the very beginning, I tried to be friendly. I'd wave, say hello, even offer him a beer once or twice. You know, just trying to break the ice and be a good neighbor. But every time, and I mean every single time, he'd either ignore me, scowl, or look at me like I just offended his entire bloodline. At first, I brushed it off. Maybe he was having a bad day. Maybe he was just the quiet type. But after a few weeks of cold shoulders, I stopped trying. You can only talk to a brick wall so many times before you realize it's not going to respond. Then one afternoon, I was in my garage, blasting some music while doing my usual workout. It was sunny, I was in a good mood, and for once I wasn't thinking about my grumpy neighbor. Now, small detail. I'm a gay man, and when I work out, I wear what's comfortable, usually a tank top and some short 3-inch shorts. They're cute, they're comfy, and honestly, they make me feel good about myself. But apparently my comfort offended someone. Out of nowhere, I see my neighbor marching across my driveway like he's on some kind of mission. I take out one earbud, and before I can even greet him, he barks, "Cut the music." I pause it thinking maybe he's going to complain about the volume. Fair enough. But no. What came out of his mouth next was pure judgment wrapped in entitlement. He says, "I don't appreciate you listening to that kind of music. Cardi B or whatever. And wearing hardly anything while working out. It's an eyesore for the neighborhood." I swear, for a second, I was too stunned to speak. Like, did this man just say that out loud, in 2025, to his neighbor? Then, something in me just snapped. I straightened up, looked him dead in the eye, and said, "You can take that energy somewhere else and get off my property." He didn't expect that. His jaw tightened, his face went red, and he stormed back to his house without another word. I went back to my workout, but my mind was racing. The audacity of this man to come onto my driveway, on my property, and try to shame me for existing. But see, karma has a funny way of keeping receipts. About an hour later, I was wrapping up my workout when I saw a car pulling into their driveway. His wife, coming home from work. I figured, why not? Maybe she's not as miserable as he is. So I waved her over. "Hey, I'm your neighbor next door," I said with a smile. She walked over, friendly as could be, and within minutes we were chatting like old friends. She was bright, funny, and had this easy laugh that instantly made me feel at ease. We were vibing, talking about the neighborhood, the local gym, even trading book recommendations. It felt natural, genuine, until her husband came out of the house. And oh, the look on his face. He froze mid-step, eyes narrowing as he saw his wife standing in my driveway, laughing with me. You could feel the tension shoot across the air like static. "What are you doing over here?" he demanded, his tone sharp and territorial. His wife turned toward him, confused. "What's your problem?" she asked. And that's when I decided to twist the knife. Gently, of course. I looked at her and said, "Oh, I was just telling your husband how earlier he came over to tell me that my outfit and music were an eyesore for the neighborhood." Her smile vanished. Slowly, she turned back to him, and in that moment I saw it. the fire in her eyes. She said, "He what?" The man's face went pale. He tried to speak, stuttering something about decency and neighbor's comfort, but she wasn't having it. "Apologize," she snapped. "Right now?" You could almost hear the sound of his pride cracking. He muttered out a forced, "Sorry." But she wasn't done. Oh no. She looked at me, then at him, and said, "And I'll never forget this. He's just jealous. He's making fun of your shorts because he knows damn well he couldn't fill them out like you do." I swear, you could see the life drain from his face. He looked like a man who just realized karma had taken human form and married him. I tried my best not to laugh, but I couldn't help it. It was too perfect. The guy who tried to humiliate me for being comfortable in my own skin just got publicly roasted by his own wife. And you know what the best part is? Since that day, she and I have become great friends. We chat over coffee, share recipes, and laugh about random stuff while he mostly keeps to himself now. Every time he sees me outside, he pretends to be busy doing something else. Anywhere that isn't near me or his wife when I'm around. Guess karma doesn't like company. But what struck me most wasn't just the satisfaction of watching his ego crumble. It was how quickly hate turns into humiliation when confronted by kindness and truth. He thought he could shame me into silence. But instead, he exposed his own insecurity. Because that's what it always comes down to, doesn't it? People who try to bring others down are usually just projecting their own unhappiness. They see confidence and authenticity as a mirror reflecting everything they wish they could be. And that mirror doesn't lie. The sweetest part of this whole thing isn't that I won. It's that I didn't have to sink to his level to do it. I didn't yell. I didn't fight. I just lived my life and let the universe handle the rest. Now, every time I step out in my little shorts, music blasting, sun shining, I do it with a smile, not just because I feel good, but because I know that somewhere behind those blinds, there's a man who learned the hard way that respect is earned, not demanded. And honestly, that's revenge enough. So yeah, a toxic man got exactly what he deserved. He tried to make me feel small, but ended up shrinking in the eyes of the one person who mattered most to him. Karma doesn't always come in thunderclaps or dramatic takedowns. Sometimes it arrives in laughter, confidence, and the simple joy of living unapologetically. And in the end, that's the best kind of revenge, turning someone's hate into your happiness. If you've ever had someone try to shame you for being yourself, remember this. You don't have to fight their darkness with more darkness. Just shine brighter. Eventually, they'll either adjust to the light or burn in their own shadow. Thanks for watching. And if this story gave you that little spark of satisfaction, go ahead and hit that like button. Drop a comment below and tell me about a time karma gave someone what they deserved. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories where justice isn't just served, it's served with style. Until next time, stay kind, stay confident, and let karma do the heavy lifting.